Yeah, it's Mo Gilly with Upfront and Direct Radio. I'm talking about another movie review. I'm gonna talk about The Crow, the remake. This movie was not that good. I give this movie 2 out of 5 stars. This movie was it was not like the first Crow. They really shouldn't even made this movie because this movie was all over the place. It didn't have the same dynamic as the first Crow did. The soundtrack was terrible. FKA Twigs, she's not a good actor. The Skarsgård dude, that was in It. He's pretty good. He's a pretty good actor, but they didn't give him enough in this movie. They tried to make the main villain like some type of demon. I don't know where they got that from, because in the original Crow, the guy was just a regular person. He wasn't no demon. So they made this movie too supernatural for me. I'm like, this don't make any sense. It really don't. Then the main villain was an old guy. He was weak. And then, at the end of the movie, when the guy, the Crow, came to find this dude, it was just too easy for him to beat this dude up. This dude didn't try to fight back or nothing, really. But the only good part of the movie was like the third act when he went to the opera to try to find the demon dude. That was the best parts of the movie, because there was a lot of violence going on in this movie, man. It was a lot of violence, a lot of shooting. This movie is very violent. That's the only difference between this movie and the first movie. This movie is way more violent than the original Crow. This Skarsgård dude was doing some crazy stuff with a sword, man. He was giving them security guards the business. That's the only part of the movie I really liked, man. But they tried to rush the dynamic between FKA Twigs and Skarsgård. They tried to, wasn't no love, nothing like that. Not like the first movie. They met at a rehab facility and then ended up, getting out the rehab facility and escaping, and then they end up back into this whatever city they went to. They just met each other. And talking about he love her and they love each other. I'm like, come on, man. And then at the end of the movie, he sold his soul to get her back. And then at the end of the movie, it didn't even look like they even went through the stuff they went through. Because they was like laying on the ground, and I guess when the people came and they suffocated them, they were still laying on the ground. So what happened? This dude went through all this stuff. Did it even happen at the end of the movie? Because they was laying next to each other at the end of the movie, and then all that stuff he went through, all them people that he killed at that opera place, did that even happen? It's like, okay, that's why this movie bombed at the box office, because the story was terrible. The action was good, but the story and the plot was terrible in this movie. I'm like, what's going on? So none of this stuff actually happened. So they just escaped from the rehab facility and end up, getting suffocated by these people. They lying next to each other. So what did he do? He didn't even. So none of this stuff even happened. Basically, what the movie was trying to say at the end, I'm like, okay, this just don't make any sense. It's confusing, and it's just. I could see myself watching this movie again, because the end, when they went to the opera house and then he was killing all them security guards. I can watch that part all day, but this movie was slow. This wasn't a good movie. That's why this movie bombed at the box office. Why I watched it on digital. This movie came out 3 weeks ago, I believe, and it just bombed. And that's the reason why. They need to leave the Crow alone. Don't make no more Crow movies, man. They made some movies after the first Crow that were terrible. This movie is not that good either. So you just watch this on streaming, on digital, whatever. But I wouldn't watch this more than once. It's not terrible, but it's not good. But that's been my review of The Crow. I'm a holler.